Don't forget to like the video. Hello friends, come to movie recap like always and enjoy today's word. After the death of the husband, the girl who stood at the crossroads and gave direction faces terrifying days. We present the cursed film of the sorcerer. Stay tuned, England, year 1665. The plague claimed the lives of 10,000 people. The devil of the plague and his angels searched for the sinners among the people. Then the sorcerers declared war. Grace's husband rushed forward with a sword raised. But before lowering his sword, he needed to dig a wall. They were fortunate to be far from the city, but despite the epidemic, Joseph had to go to the city for business. After the next trade, Joseph decided to rest a bit and eat at home. Squire asks about the condition of Grace. Suddenly, one of the neighbors collapsed and started bleeding heavily. The man who returned home noticed the appearance of sores but did not tell his wife about the plague infection. Grace, caring for him, was busy treating him while the woman went to the forest to prepare medicine. Joseph died before a harsh. One day, Squire comes to Grace's house. Delicate and beautiful, the woman enjoys the song, but after a while insists that the second payment must be made. If the second payment is not made, all things will be taken away. The woman demands all payments be made, but the man's chest contains this. Early in the morning, the woman sets off to the city. Her close relatives meet her husband on the way. The woman, worried about Grace's husband falling asleep from the plague, leaves him at the mill so he does not touch the girl under the roof. The city visitors are dominant. Their dogs suffer from death. Grace's husband's old friends come to ask for money, but the man says he has no money. However, Camber Molly Bryan accuses the sorcerers and warns to leave the city quickly. The woman asks when her husband, who fell asleep from the plague, will wake. Joseph Keselvant drinks from the cup given by the man. Here the deceased husband appears to the woman and tells her that she must take the sword. Arkin helps her dig the wall. Grace releases her husband from the wall. The woman needs her tongue to be long. The next morning, Squire brings the woman home, but only for her to return to the man. She is about to lose her long suffering, but the woman forgets the sword of another world. Because of this, a certain long suffering is decided to be taken and the woman is comforted. But the merciless long suffering does not leave her sad. She burns her hand with a sharp iron tool. After that, a grim. The studio arrives in winter. Moorcraft with his daughter forces the sorcerer unit to be recognized. There, he sentences the sorcerer to death. Grace's eyes turn into a laughing shot. From this comes the fact that she is the sorcerer's daughter. The angry squire enters the room. Joseph is infected with the plague. The villagers begin to join the cause, accusing Grace of uniting with the devil. The blame for the cause is laid on Molly Bryan. On this day, Grace takes the oath and enters the house of the traitors, but no one is there at night. But when returning home, people wearing masks attack her. The attackers begin to torture her. One of them seizes Grace's hand. Those wearing masks also decide to shoot her at home. The house is surrounded. Grace, jumping with her daughter in her arms, rushes to the courtyard. The arriving squire does not shoot at the house but shouts about the cruelty of the attackers. Squire accuses her of sorcery and takes her away. He brings Grace and sits her before the previously killed Molly Bryan. The woman is imprisoned. The mother of Morton, who is a witch, interferes and orders her release. If Squire finds out in the court, all will be lost. Grace and Molly try to break her. The woman who was tortured is chained to a chair nearby and whipped. Then Squire comes again and informs that Molly can endure the torture for 2 days. Later, she quickly recovers but is reluctant to go to the court. Judge John Morgrift tells her that her trial will be soon. He comes with his assistant. His arrival causes dissatisfaction among the villagers. This is because one of the cruel sorcerers was executed. The judge considers the case, but his assistant suddenly dies unexpectedly. She is a former warrior who passed the trial. She stabs the attacking man. Grace stays home all day in sorrow. At night, she tries to stand again. Only Squire shows mercy to the woman at home. Moorcraft, who comes to the castle, orders the removal of Grace's bed and belongings from the camera. She needs healing and treatment but tells her guest not to bring food and wine. During the night, Grace dreams of her husband, but after some time, the devil appears and suddenly disappears. In the morning, Grace is taken to the river. All the evidence confirms her attempts at witchcraft. Morgrift, who cut his wife's hair, then orders her to be taken to the dungeon. Servants lead her to her dress, hiding her legs from view, and examine the birthmark on her neck. It is believed this confirms Grace's service to the devil. After the inspection, she is taken to the dungeon. Then she is sprinkled with cold water and wakes up, beginning her prayers. Grace's servant comes to find out about her daughter's arrival. On the third day of torture, the judge tells Grace that they found a rope on her body and that she dug up her husband's grave. Indeed, the wicked woman has done. The tortured man begins to cry on the table. Grace's hands and feet develop sores. The servant gives her medicine, asking her to take it. Moorcraft says the torture is severe and the wounds are deep. It is heard that the liberated city is made of wood. The judge asks for a reconciliation with Grace. Grace begins to have hallucinations. The woman sees the devil's husband approaching her. She asks her mother for forgiveness for being accused her whole life. But this is not her mother, but Grace's relatives want to free her from torture and ask the sorcerer unit for help. But the woman does not obey them. They say the third party never forgot their quarrels and wants to stop her sorcerer attempts. But she cannot accept these accusations. The servant Grace, a woman, is brought to the dungeon and accuses Curez. The fourth floor is shown to Curez as a warning. Only Kate is still alive, but her husband orders her to be quiet as she wanted to live freely. Morgrift punishes Curez with iron chains. Morgrift, who gave the whip to Ursula, orders her to come inside. Everyone is frightened, but the judge does not accept her confession and tells her about the severe punishment. No one outside the city can give such mercy. This is why she laughs with her daughter, Kate, far and wide. She tries to stop her husband, but he responds harshly and almost breaks her carriage. One of the guards has died. Grace asks the servant to take her daughter away and asks for help from Moorcraft. After resting, the girl comes inside. And blood flows from the person who was beaten. After that, she is accused by the judge. Grace, who shortened her hair, is kept in chains. She tells her daughter she is ready to accept sorcery, but she will not become a sorcerer, so she raises her daughter with care. Morgrift gives Grace a strict warning. Then the servant brings the wine. When the tortured woman takes the wine and drinks, Grace sits at the table and invites the servant to drink. The woman refuses, but the servant insists because Morgrift also refuses to drink. Grace begins to complain to the judge about the sorcery, suddenly hitting the table with her hand. Grace says she has been telling him this for a long time and that the time for revenge has come. Then she says that Vina is poisoned. Grace gets her protector back from the judge. The servant sits on Squire's bed. Her wound is tended by Grace. Ursula jumps from the mirror and asks for help for her friend. The fierce battle begins. When Ursula tries to stab Grace, she is struck hard from behind and falls again. A lamp that jumped from the window explodes. The servants calm the guards who were armed. Mark Riff's hands are tied. Oh, the poisoned Vina's daughter does not let her cry or put down her weapon. But she is not poisoned. Squire has swapped her with his own. Ayal, who returned to the dungeon, repairs the weapon and calms Itkala's device. She frees her daughter, but Squire catches her and shoots her. The woman Grace. The judge takes the freed sword, understanding a plan to kill himself, but the weapon does not fire. Grace decides to go to the bottom of the well. The servant hopes she will leave soon, but is given a harsh punishment. They decide to leave this city soon. Grace leaves the castle and... what will happen to the girl who was waiting for him with a loud voice? That's it. Friends, thank you for watching. Please leave your thoughts about the film in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until we meet again, goodbye.